go up there.
Right.
Okay, we're going live, so I'm going to introduce the show and I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Hold on. Hi, Facebook. I know you're all at home dying for the very next interview that I do. And here we are, Comic Spot, interview number 813. Yeah, I've been submitted to the Guinness Book of World Records for the most amount of interviews in a pandemic. So I might win, who knows? And you're a part of it at home. So thank you so much for watching these interviews. Subscribe to my YouTube, comedian Linda Marcus Smith. Help me out. And listen, I have somebody who, I have this organization behind me. You can't see them, but Veterans of Comedy. I belong to it. I'm a veteran of the military, and veteransofcomedy.com is where you want to go if you want to have a veteran who has served our country serve up jokes. So go to them, look at my audio, look at all the audios, pick your favorite comedian and hire them. There you go. And now for the show of the day, OMG, let me read you the intro of the gentleman in the other square, Jeffery Pines. He says, I'm in California. No, that's not the right one. That's not the intro. Bear with me. Oh my God.
I would think after 813 you could get it right.
You would think so, but you know what the problem is? That I forgot there's 2 Jeffery Pines on Facebook, and I went to the wrong one. So he says, say my intro like this. This guy's been on Howard Stern. Are you serious? Get it? Serious? He's been on Howard Stern, Compound Media. In hot water, he's been doing comedy for 25 years. He's been everywhere, and he's been in hot water too. Give it up for speech impediment man, Jeffery Pines. Hi, Jeffery.
Hey, how you doing, Linda?
Hi. I haven't said one introduction correctly in 813 of them.
Well, maybe by 1,000 you'll get it down packed. I've been watching your interviews. They're pretty interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're kind of sort of all the same. There's no real punches or anything.
Well, you know what? I mean, you seem to ask some kind of off-the-wall questions, which I like.
Thank you. Every once in a while, I act a little bit like Jiminy Glick. You know, I get silly.
Well, there you go. That's good. You got to have fun with comedy. There you go.
So,
there you go.
So you're in the Orange County area, right?
Right, Garden Grove, California. I've been here. I was born here. I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. I got married, then I moved to Dallas. Then I got divorced, then I moved back here. I kind of made a big circle. I've been kind of leaving my jokes all over the country. Chicago, LA, New York, all over wherever I can. Saw you in Las Vegas. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Phoenix with my buddy Bob Levy, who I used to know from the Howard Stern show. I used to go and do some shows with him and Shuley and stuff. Those were good times.
Yes. Bob Levy's having me come to Sacramento and be on his show with him up there.
Well, good deal.
You have to go up there to the show.
And well, if I can make it up there. When's that? That's in January?
January 13th.
Okay, well, you know what? The one in Phoenix may be closer. That's what, January 22nd?
I don't know. I didn't get invited to that one. I feel
Oh,
so
I thought you
sad.
did. Okay, then I'll try and go to Sacramento.
Okay.
No, I've just in Phoenix because I got a friend that owns a comedy club in Gilbert, Arizona. Jim Perry is called JP's Comedy Club, and I like to go out there and perform. I performed a couple times in Phoenix with my buddy Shuley at Stand Up Live and stuff, and yeah, Aaron Berg let me open for him at the House of Comedy in Phoenix. So
Wow.
wherever I could get on, I'll get on.
Man, how many times have you opened for big people? How many times have big people opened for you?
Uh, I mean, the biggest person I probably opened for was Joe Rogan. This was a long time ago when I first started in a place called Center Field in Huntington Beach. They had comedy on Tuesday nights, and they had a local opener and then a headliner, and I opened for Joe Rogan. This is before he really got famous. He took off right after that, and I would see him at the Comedy Store and stuff, hanging out with Greg Fitzsimmons and stuff, and yeah, comedy's great. I mean, the best thing is, I mean, meeting people like you and Bob, and I like just hanging out at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and old comedians like Don Herrera would come in and just sitting down and listening to their stories. I mean, that's probably the most interesting thing.
Yes. What do you think it take when you started in comedy? What did it take to be a comedian? And now, how is that different?
Well, I always wanted to be a comedian, but like I was always caught up, like I had a condominium, I was making payments and I was working and stuff. And I was got laid off, and a friend of mine that we palled around with, he wanted to be an actor, and he had a drama log around, and there was a comedy school in there. So I took it. It was Greg Dean's comedy school, and he liked me. In fact, he put me in his book, and later on, I took some other comedy classes. Jerry Mabbott, who you just talked to up in Utah at Wise Guys. You're going to interview his wife, Heather. She's a pretty good comedian.
Yes.
Like I say, I mean, the best thing is just hanging out and meeting people and stuff. Um, I've been working on it, trying to do more time and stuff. I mean, I've never really had anyone big open for me. I've just a lot of my gigs I have got through word of mouth. I mean, being on Howard Stern helped out a lot. Knowing Bob and my buddy Shuley and stuff. I mean, it's fun, but I'm hogging the whole interview. I need you to talk.
What do you think is the best attribute you bring to comedy?
The best attribute. Well, I like to mainly make fun of myself.
I love that.
And the audience, let's face it, it's just human nature. Everyone wants to know that they're not the only one having a hard time in life. It has gone through divorce, gets pulled over by the cops, has a hard time. I mean, I've been pulled over by the cops. I make fun of it. It's the old thing. People tend to laugh at other people's pain. Pain equals comedy.
Exactly. That's so true. So true. So when you write a joke about your pain, do you think of like do you take a nugget of truth and expand on it, or do you just make it up? Because there's like some people do one or the other.
No, comedy, I mean, I don't know. For me, it has to be from the heart. There has to be some truth to it. And I mean, the audience could usually tell if you're genuine and stuff. Like, I remember like when I first started at Greg Dean's comedy class, I mean, every night we'd get up and do a routine. And there was this big fat guy before me one night doing his stuff, and Greg stopped him in the middle and goes, "Hey, wait a minute, you have a weight problem. So, I mean, you need to address that so the audience knows it's okay to laugh at it and stuff." And it got me thinking, well, I got a slight speech impediment. I mean, maybe I should use that and talk about all the time I'm pulled over by cops.
You hit can you, the microphone.
Hello?
Can you repeat that? The microphone was turned off.
I'm no, I was saying that yeah, you need to address your problem so the audience knows what it is, if it's okay to laugh at it and stuff. So I mean, right in front, I try to address my problem, and then people think it's funny, and then I could go into my routine. In fact, like I used to do open mics with my buddy Shuley in Las Vegas, and this is a true story. I walked in and I go, "Can I go up?" And he knew me from the Howard Stern show, and he goes, "Yeah, sure. Give me like 10 minutes." So I go, "Okay, I'll go over to the bar and have a beer." And I walked over there, and the waitress goes, "I can't serve you. You're kind of hammered. You've been having no." And I go, "What do you mean?" And then my buddy Shirley walked over and goes, "No, he's not drunk. He's speech impediment, man." And you just gotta laugh at life. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, a lot of kids picked on me and I get in fights. And I remember my brother sitting me down and going, "You know, you're getting suspended like every other week here. I mean, you can't beat up the whole world here. I mean, you're gonna get your ass whooped too." So I don't know. I played sports in high school and college, and that helped out. And now being a comedian, I mean, it helps out and stuff.
Have people that knew you growing up, have they come around to try to be your friend and have you forgive them?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, having Facebook and I mean, social media, I mean, people find out, hey, that kid actually did something. I thought he wouldn't amount to anything. And
Yeah.
I mean, uh, Yeah, I've had people, they talk to me and I'm like, I knew who you were with, but we weren't buddy. But I mean, I don't know. It's all good. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, that was 30 years ago. You got to move
Totally.
on. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just had my 50th reunion a couple years ago. Yeah. And
Well,
there were people there that were nice to me that were never nice in high school. And then they found out that I'm doing comedy and they're like, oh, so you have blonde hair now and you're doing comedy. Like, yeah. They did. Nobody asked me out in high school at all, ever. And now these guys are looking at me. I'm a late bloomer.
well,
What can I say?
what can you say? Well, I mean, most people your age are probably retired and not doing much. I mean, and you're still active and you're doing stuff and you're going places and you're meeting people. I mean,
Yeah,
people like that. Comedy has helped me out. I mean, going places, meeting people, doing things. I mean,
it keeps us positive.
that's right. And I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine. I mean, it's like, I mean, being a comedian, I don't know how you are, but I mean, I travel a lot by myself. I mean, it kind of helps. I mean, you're doing things by yourself. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah. Talk to people that are watching and explain how you went from being whatever you were growing up, whatever that was, to getting onto the Howard Stern show of all things. How in the hell did that happen?
Well, like like I say, back in 93, I always wanted to be a comedian. And I was kind of in between jobs. I got laid off from Home Depot. And this friend of mine, he wanted to be an actor. And he had a drama log magazine. And I looked at it and there was an ad for like a comedy school. And I took it and I liked it. And then in 96, Howard was doing his book signing for his Miss America book, and he was in Westwood, California. And I went there and I wore my speech impediment man shirt, and I had a tape of my comedy. And God, there were like 20,000 people there, and Howard stayed there for like 8 hours signing every book. But I got up there and talked to Howard and gave him my tape, told him I wanted to be a comedian, told him that I listened to his show and I liked it, and it was always a dream of mine to meet him and stuff. And he goes, okay, speech impediment man, we'll be in touch. And a friend of mine had a comedy book, and it had the list of all the bookers for comedy club, and it had the number to the Howard Stern show. And I started calling in, and he remembered who I was
Oh my gosh.
from the book signing, and he started putting me on more and more. Um, Howard seems to like any misfits and speech impediments, and as he put it, is he fly paper to the wounded.
Wow.
And I started calling in, and I call him more and more. And about 6 months later, his producer, Baba Booey, called and asked me to come to New York and be on the show. And I went back there on Halloween of '96. And ever since then, it's been strippers and porno stars and fun. People ask me why I like Howard. I go, anyone that introduces me to strippers and porno stars and puts me on TV is okay in my book.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened on the Howard Stern show to you?
Here's something that I bet none of your other guests ever done. Me and Artie Lang threw baloney at a stripper's ass. And then we played anal ring toss. Those were the good old days.
That was before anybody was getting canceled.
That's right. That was before BLM and all this woke stuff.
Yes. What's the craziest thing you've experienced in your comedy in general?
Craziest thing I've experienced. Well, you've seen my act. I wear blue tights in them, but I'm not gay. Now, I was doing a show in West Hollywood, and I came off afterward, and these two gay guys approached me and wanted to have a threesome. And I'm like, hey, just because I wear the tights, don't be thinking I'm gay. It's an act. But I mean, I have fun with it. I mean,
so
what are you gonna do?
How many different comedy classes have you taken? Because you're kind of I think off screen before we went on to camera, I think you mentioned 2 or 3 different comedy classes, and I bet you've gone to even more. You're kind of a student of comedy.
I've taken Grant Dean's comedy class. I've taken Jerry Mabbitt's comedy class. I took Steve North's comedy class. I took an improv class. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I first started comedy, I had a friend, Jerry Minor, who is a comedian, and he told me I don't need a class, which, I mean, I understand that some guys don't need a class, but I think if you're starting off, you just kind of need one, how to build a rapport with the audience, and I mean, how to segue into things. I mean, I don't know, it's all different for different people. I mean,
Yes.
What I get out of it, I mean, you may not get out of it. I mean, the other guy might not get out of it. But I mean, I feel, I mean, like in comedy and stuff, I mean, there is no, that what I love about it is there's no set thing in comedy. I mean, you're up there, you're basically on an island. I mean, you can make the show whatever you want. I mean, and a lot of times I've tested, and right in the middle of it, I was like, this isn't working out how I thought it was gonna work out. But I mean, I mean, and the best thing is to admit to the audience, hey, this is a new bit, or it didn't work out how I thought it would. I mean, believe it or not, I mean, all through the day, I got comedy routines going in my head. It doesn't mean all of them are good. I mean, I may start it or stuff, and or I'll bounce it off a friend, and he'll go, well, there's something there. You need to test it out and then go back to it. I mean, the best comedians, they're always like I would see Dave Chappelle at Laugh Factory. One night he bumped me. I was supposed to go on, but he walked in. But I mean, he's Dave Chappelle. But like, he went up there, and for like the first 20 minutes, he just like walked back and forth, and he was just kind of observing. Well, at first, I mean, you're like, he's not doing anything, but he's looking for something out in the audience to make something happen. I mean, I don't know, good comedians will do that and stuff.
Wow. I love to see that when they're actually putting the set together in front of your eyes.
Well, yeah, it's always a work in progress. And I mean, like my buddy Shuley, I mean, he's constantly working on different stuff, and he'll say a joke one way, and then like the next night he'll say it another. I mean, they're always tweaking things.
Exactly.
Now, like your friend Bob Levy, I mean, he is great. I mean, comedians like him, I just am in awe of. I mean, cause they could like just kind of communicate with the audience, and there, if like you get the feeling, I mean, do they have an act here? But I mean, they're making you laugh because they're communicating with the audience. I mean, when I first started, I mean, I remember a comedian, Bob Zaney. I opened for him at Centerfield, but he used to do a thing where he'd come out and talk to the audience, and he would that would be his routine. And every once in a while we'd go, okay, I'm gonna start the show. And then he'd start goofing on someone in the audience and stuff. And then at the end he goes, well, my time's up, but next time I promise I'll get to my routine.
Yes. And he's here in Vegas. He lives here, and he does some crowd work, and he does a lot of prop comedy.
Right. Now, well, you've seen I wear the costume. I mean, I don't know why it is, but maybe you know. I mean, I don't know. Some comedians, I mean, I don't know. They somehow think that if you're a prop comedian, you're relying on other things.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just saying.
I don't see you as a prop comedian at all. I just think that you have a persona, and it has an outfit. You wear an outfit, and you address it right up front.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not too bright, but I mean, my logic has always been, if I've made you laugh, then I've done my job.
Yes. So like you were talking about addressing your speech impediment, and you created a whole persona around and a name for yourself with using your speech impediment in the name. That's really brave.
Yeah. And then, well, like my buddy Shuley and Bob and other comedians have told me I've been working on it, like opening up about my divorce and other things. I mean, I'm kind of a late learner in life. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, you just got to keep at it. Yeah, there's a DJ out here called Fraser Smith. He's like a local legend out here. And I always tell him, I go, you were Howard Stern before Howard.
Wow.
So, like, I mean, I have I've been on 2 radio shows with 2 legends, so I think I've really been blessed in life.
Wow. You know, Fraser Smith is here in Vegas this week at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah, Jeffrey
yeah.
Peterson told me I should go watch him.
You should go watch him. He has a million dick jokes. And he might use his pickup line on you. Hi, I'm Fraser Smith. Ah, fuck off. But Fraser's great. Tell Fraser I said hi.
I don't think I can go. I'm going on vacation in 2 days. I'm saving my money for my vacation. I'll be out in your neck of the woods.
Okay. In fact, I'm doing a show in December with Fraser Smith and Jeff Peterson.
Wow.
Jeff used to be on Fraser's radio show and do some different voices of like Gary Busey and other people.
Yeah, he does all those voices.
Yeah.
Something else. So that's in December. Where's that going to be?
That's at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club. That's December 8th.
Wow.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, comedy, I mean, you meet a lot of interesting people, and Jeff does some comic books, and I was talking to him about maybe putting out a speech impediment man comic book.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Now, have you ever seen The Big Lebowski?
I saw the movie, yes.
Now, don't you think Jeff looks like the Big Lebowski?
Yeah, he does.
That dude abides.
He does. Oh
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
So what do you want to say to people? We've gone through a pandemic. You got all this politically correct crap going on. You got people that are trying to become famous, people that are clawing over each other, trying to be mean to each other. What would you like to say to people?
I think, I mean, yeah, that's the problem. I mean, especially with all this politics, it's all about power and stuff. And I mean, you think about it, I mean, so they get in power, but I mean, they need the little people like you and me working. I mean, and I mean, I don't know. Just everyone needs to take care of themselves and kind of mellow out. And we were put on this earth to have a good time and take care of each other and laugh and enjoy each other and
That's
stuff.
it.
That's
Just
it.
do that. Just keep it simple.
There you go. Now, let me ask you a question.
All righty.
I got this from I was watching your interview with my buddy Neil from the Howard Stern Show.
Okay.
He's a writer. Okay, now.
Neil Berliner?
Yes, now. What joke did you do that made the audience feel uncomfortable, and how did you deal with that?
Wow. So are you talking about me personally? You're asking me?
I'm asking you what, like I was saying, I have all these comedy bits in my head and I do them, and in the middle I'm like, this isn't working out, and I just kind of address it by saying that. I'm just saying, have you been in that predicament, and how did you address it?
Okay, and then when I get done, will you answer the question too?
Sure.
It's a good question. Thank you. So this is not funny, but I'm going to make it funny. Okay, so my parents survived the Holocaust. That's not funny. I get it. And then you've got these people that are conspiracy theorists that think that the Holocaust never existed. And so I was on stage trying to get people to laugh about my parents going through the Holocaust. I tried everything, like my parents went through the Holocaust, but man, this hangnail really hurts. Like they starved nearly to death, but when I see a sign for Burger King, I get hungry too. Like I couldn't find a way to make the Holocaust funny. And then it dawned on me, I'm so sick of people that say it never happened. So here's my joke. I hate to argue with people. I hate it. And then you got these conspiracy theorists, and they say the Holocaust never existed. Come on, my parents went through it. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm not going to argue, but I'm going to out conspiracy theory you. You tell me it never existed, and then I say to you, oh, it's okay if you don't believe in it, because I'm not talking about that Holocaust. That's the one that didn't exist. Now, my parents, they went through the one over here that did exist. And then I just walk away like Gracie Allen.
Okay.
See, I got you. There really is so that's my way of trying to make it funny.
Okay.
That's as good as I can get with it at this point. If you have ideas how to make it funny.
That's right. Well, comedy is not an exact science. I mean, it's kind of like spaghetti. Throw it up on the wall and see if it sticks.
So what do you have as a joke that didn't work, and how did you deal with it?
When I first started, I used to perform at Igby's up in Hollywood. And I used to do this joke about Asian people. And I'd say, these Asian people can't drive cars, but they make a good car. I just thought that premise was funny. And then one night I had two Asian guys in the audience, and when I came off, they were going, "Hey, we didn't appreciate that joke." And I go, "Well, number one, you're in a comedy club. Number two, I got to talk about something. And number three, pain equals comedy. Now, how did you get here tonight? And they go, well, I drove. And I go, well, you're proving my theory wrong right there. You didn't get in an accident, did you? And I go, plus I bet you're a whiz at math and stuff. I can't even add 2 plus 2. So that kind of defused the situation. But I don't know. I mean, I've always found, I mean, if you're in an awkward situation and you get them laughing and you get them on your side, they'll be on your side. And I just thought about that, and this is a true story. When I was younger, I had a couple DUIs, and I had to go to jail for a while. And I don't know, to fit in with all the guys, because I mean, I was afraid I was going to get my ass kicked the first night. I told a couple people some jokes, and I got people laughing and stuff, and then everyone kind of leaves you alone. So, I mean, comedy helps a lot in life. I mean,
Does. When you were growing up, when was the first joke you ever told?
Okay, the first joke I wrote, and I use this joke every time I go up, and I'm always going to use it just because it's my favorite. I came home from work last night, and I found my blow-up doll hiding from me in the closet. I just think that's funny, and I use that every time.
Oh, that's so cute.
It doesn't get me laid, but people laugh at it.
And she hasn't come out of the closet. She refuses to come
she
out of the
hasn't
closet.
come out. That's right.
What is the silliest heckle you've ever heard come out of anybody at a club?
Serious heckle is okay. This is a true story. I was at the comedy store up in the belly room, and I don't know if you remember Bon Jovi and Matthew McConaughey made a submarine movie, UB571, about a German U-boat.
Okay.
And right before I was gonna go up, the MC comes over to me and goes, now Matthew and Bon Jovi are in the audience, and Matthew is hammered. Don't make fun of Matthew. And you know me, I'm like, this is some Howard Stern stuff. Of course I'm gonna mess with them. So I get up there, and you see my routine. I tear open my shirt, and Matthew goes, what does SI mean? And I pointed to him, and I go, stupid idiot. And I immediately got the audience on my side, and they're laughing. And this is also when Matthew just got arrested for playing the bongos naked at 4 a.m. So I'm asking him about that on the stage, and I'm going, you must have a big dong. I mean, I would be embarrassed to do that. And I'm going, if you want, let's go out back and compare. I think Speak Impediment Man might have a bigger dong than you. But it was great. And then after my set, I came off, and Matthew said, "Good job." And then I was sitting there watching the next comedian, and then Matthew got up to use the restroom. And then as he got up, he put his hand on the table and he knocked the table over and all the drinks. And it was just a big melee. And one of these TMZ guys, I guess he got word that Bon Jovi and Matthew were hanging out there. So he ran in to film it, and Matthew's bodyguard grabbed the camera and threw it down. And I'm thinking, this is some Howard Stern stuff. I need to get a copy of this. And they were taping my set, and I turned around and I look over there, but before I could go over there, his bodyguard's over there, like tearing up all the tapes and stuff. But the next month, Matthew was on Howard, so I called up and talked about it. Matthew made the paper. It was Matthew McConaughey gets kicked out of comedy club.
Oh my gosh. And he's like, it's not all right, all right, all right.
Yeah. Well, after that, he really cleaned up his act. He started working out. He stopped drinking. In fact, Howard used to always say, boy, this Matthew guy enjoys running around with his shirt off. I mean, no, he started working out and stuff, and he was looking good.
So what's the craziest thing women have done to you since you've been on Howard Stern?
The craziest thing women have done to me. Well, I've thrown baloney at stripper, that's like I say. Howard set me up with a sex therapist. I went to go see her, and I don't know. You know how guys think they're gonna get laid or something. I'm thinking, well, why don't you kind of help me out here? Show me some positions and stuff. But that didn't happen. I had girls at my comedy show, and I don't know. I mean, and movie stars probably have this too. I mean, people will come up and meet you and stuff, but I mean, and then like when you like ask them out or something, they're like, well, I just want to get to know speech impediment man and stuff, which I mean, that's, I mean, what do I expect? I'm a comedian, I wear the outfit, I'm throwing it out there. So, I mean, I can't really get upset about that.
No.
But I don't know.
Do people stop you on the street for autographs?
If they're a Howard fan, when I lived up in Nashville, all the truckers, they listen to Sirius Radio and Howard in their truck. And I remember I stopped at a truck stop, and this guy had Howard on, and we're talking, and he goes, wait a minute, I know you, you're speech impediment man. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that, this is a true story. When I was married, my wife made me get a colonoscopy. So I'm at Vanderbilt Hospital, and I'm talking to the doctor, and it turns out he's a Howard fan. And I even talk about this in my root comedy. He goes, wait a minute, I know you, you're speech impediment man. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I mean, can we talk about this later? You're kind of in my asshole right now. And he's like, wait till I tell all my friends I was in speech impediment man's asshole. And I told my buddy Shuley the story, and he goes, you got to make a joke out of it. So when the doctor goes, wait till I tell all my friends I was in speech impediment man's asshole, I go, now if I had a quarter for every guy that said that, I'd be a millionaire. And people seem to laugh at that and stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
to tell, I mean, I've never thought. I mean, I'm not a big actor or anything, but I mean, I feel I've got kind of as I got my share of fame.
Yes. So I have a question for you. With the rest of your life, like the next 75 years, what do you plan to do with it? What do you have to accomplish before you kick the bucket?
Well, a big thing was to be on the Howard Stern show. A big thing I've met a lot of comedians, done a lot of things. I just want to go as far as I can in comedy. I mean, without the Howard Stern show, I mean, I haven't been on a sitcom or anything. I would like to be on one of those.
That would be fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like at this point, I mean, I'm just kind of having fun with what I'm doing. I mean, I still have a day job.
What is your day job?
I'm a security guard.
Nice.
Which Howard always seemed to make fun of. He go, they don't give you a gun, do they? And he go, no. And I don't know. He always thought that funny. I was the night custodian before that, which I made a joke up, which means I'm lousy at sex, but I clean up afterwards. I talk about how I used to play football in college, but I had to quit for medical reasons. That's getting the shit kicked out of me. I don't know. Maybe when I retire, I'll have more time to do stuff. But to tell you the truth, I mean, and that's what I'm amazed by you, Linda. You actually seeing you do comedy inspired me a lot. Cause I mean, you're kind of, I mean, I'll hang out at Laugh Factory and Comedy Store, but like you're kind of used to seeing guys that are like in their 30s or 40s or 20s that are doing this stuff, and you seem to have some drive. I mean, I wish I could have that drive. I mean, Fraser Smith seems to have that. I mean, I don't know. There's a few comedians I've known that have that drive, and I mean, I'm I don't know. I kind of always kind of wanted. I mean, to tell you the truth, I mean, I don't hang around too many comedians. I kind of hang around my friends. I mean, I'm into sports, movies. I mean, I try to be a more well-rounded person. I mean, and I've always kind of felt that if you're hanging out with comedians, they always seem to try to one up you by telling you jokes and stuff. And sometimes I'm like, can I just be me? Can't we just talk about football and other things and stuff?
Yeah.
But I mean,
You like
I don't
football.
know.
What
Yeah,
what
as
college?
you can see, I'm a Viking fan.
Minnesota.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the LA Charger Minnesota Viking game.
Wow.
And then I'm going up to Minnesota in December for a game. I try and go every year up to Minnesota.
Now, why Minnesota?
I just when I was younger, I mean, I remember the first game I saw was like the 69 playoffs. They played the Rams, the snow, the mud, the great defense. They had a quarterback, Joe Cap, who wasn't afraid to run into other opposing players. And ever since then, I've been a Viking fan, which I don't know, it brought me a lot of joy and brought me a lot of pain. But I mean,
Yeah.
I picked them and I got the Viking tattoo to prove it. So,
No way.
yeah, hold on, I'll show you.
Wow, you do have it.
Yep. And I up at the stadium they sold bricks, and I bought a brick. Let me see if I can show you it right here. Can you see it?
No, not yet. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, what is that?
Okay, up in Minnesota at their new stadium, they have a Viking ship, and they were selling bricks to put on the floor. And I got a brick. It says Skull Vikings, Purple Pride, Speech Impediment Man.
No way. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So when I die, my brick will still be up there.
Oh
My
God.
my ex-wife hated me for buying that brick, and I go, the only reason you're mad is that it's $450 you'll never get your hands on.
Exactly. Well, you've been a delight to talk to get to know. And I know that people at home that watch this are going to get an opportunity to get to know you off stage. And where do you want them following you on the internet?
I got a Facebook. My real name is Jeffery Pines, Jeffrey. Speech impediment man. They could Google speech impediment man and have some of my YouTubes. It has stuff I've been on with Howard. I'm on Instagram, speech impediment man. I was on Twitter, but I'm always getting banned off Twitter. Now, let me ask you this. Do you remember when the porno star Stormy Daniels, they gave her a star?
Hit the microphone.
Well,
I remember Stormy Daniels.
Yes. They gave her a star on the Walk of Fame, and I twittered out, I go, the first 500 people that get there are promised free blowjob. And Twitter didn't like that, and they kicked me off. And every time I get back on, I say some joke about Joe Biden and stuff, and they don't like it, and they kick me off. I've been kicked off about 4 times. So I'm mainly on Facebook and Instagram
Okay, and YouTube.
and YouTube.
Wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you in Sacramento with my buddy Bob Levy.
Yes. So where are you performing? Take me through where you're performing coming up, please.
Well, I'm kind of taking a break with the holidays coming. I got a couple trips, just personal. I'm going up to Minnesota, and I'm going up to Santa Clara, the Vikings for the Niners. I got that comedy show with Jeff Peterson and Fraser Smith at the Ventura Comedy Club.
Ventura Harbor Comedy Club with Andres Fernandez.
It's my friend Felix at the Comedy Chateau. He's a big Howard Stern fan, so I mean, I kind of more or less have a standing gig. I mean, whenever I want, I just have been busy. Last time I was there was for my birthday, October 15th. Jimmy Brogan, who used to produce the Tonight Show, he was there. And he's another one. I mean, he's got the drive to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
He's a good crowd worker and stuff. So basically, all I got is Ventura Comedy Club. And in fact, I was thinking I was going to reach out to my buddy Bob Levy and see if I could get on some shows with him. When we were in Las Vegas, Jimmy Earl, he's performing now with Carlos Mencia, but he's going to be at the Madhouse in San Diego. And I'm going to go down there and he's going to put me on. Like I say, a lot of this business, as you know, is networking.
Yeah.
Who you know. And
that's the way to do it.
Right.
Thank you.
Now, when I performed with you in Las Vegas, who I really liked, I liked you and the black guy, Chris Shaw.
Chris Shaw.
Yes, I would like to perform with him again. He's a funny guy.
He's something else. You know, he knows how to read a room, and he comes up with what he's going to say right there in the moment.
I don't know. I mean, over the years watching a lot of comedians, I mean, some like to rehearse a lot. I'm one of those persons where it's like baseball. I don't want to overthink it. I want to observe the room like I do a joke with girls where I stick my tongue out. I got a bionic tongue. I'll see what girls I can pick out with. if I could see something in the audience, I'll use that. I just kind of, I mean, I guess to tell you the truth, I'm not very organized in my head. There's a lot of stuff floating around. So at my show, I don't know what I'm going to say till probably 5 minutes before I go on stage.
Wow. And that's probably what makes it so good, because it comes naturally instead of rehearsed.
That's right. That's right. This is true.
Well, I want to thank you for the interview. It's been
Okay.
amazing to get to know you, and I'm sure that people that are watching this are falling in love with you and want to start following you and supporting your comedy.
Well, hopefully there's a couple good-looking single women out there.
There should be. There should be. Absolutely. Thank you so much, speech
No
impediment
problem.
man, Jeffrey Pines.
Okay,
Bye.
see you later.
Love you.
Bye. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.